All right, let's get right back to it. Ooh, that could have been bad. I want to make sure I remember. I don't have any problem doing it. Oh shit. Let's go ahead and put, got a 74 here. Um, and we got a 77. Hmm, 75. And another 75. Look at this shit. Bam. That was a really good block. Alright, I got two midfielders coming in, so we'll just put them in. Dead. We fucking destroyed them. That's a lot of friendlies, honestly.
Into something completely and totally different. And they weren't looking to establish an association or a convention. They weren't looking to promote a denomination. They had a system of belief that they described as Baptist. They had an open Bible and a desire to share it with lost people and instruct the saved people to conform their lives to it. This holy zeal, this dependence solely upon God and not their resources and not their education or their level of study, this desire to rely completely and totally on God to honor their efforts is why Baptists are now the largest religious group in America today. Now we're slowly falling from that. Baptists are not what they used to be. And I really think the reason for that is that Baptists have slipped away from these early backwoods ideas, these early backwoods men who went out with this level. Now, I'm not implying that any of the people I've mentioned earlier, the academics, the Big Eva, the Reformed guys, the mega personalities, or even many of these great conferences and groups that are meeting, I'm not saying they don't have that. I'm saying that many of the day to day, run of the mill preachers are relying too heavily on things or programs or tactics, and they do not have the same holy zeal that these early backwoods Baptists have. And now, look, I don't claim to have it either. I just think we're missing something, and I think we need to get it back. And I think we need to look at things from outside the echo chamber. I think we need to turn off Facebook, log out of Twitter for a while. I think we need to look at what's going on. I think what we really need is what I would call original thought. While we can glean much from the men of the past and other preachers around us, we need to not focus so much on the headlines as much as the headlongs. Where are we headed? Not what's happening today, but where are we headed? We need a big picture mindset. We're getting caught up in bickering debates over doctrine and minor ideologies and how we interpret the scripture and how we view this and how we view that. While those things may have their place, the average church member has no idea what people in seminary are debating, nor do they care. We need to talk about physical needs and not philosophical nuance. We need to have a real discussion about how churches operate. We need to have a real discussion about the proper way to operate and just do the basic task. I mean, to have a church business meeting today would be like, well, that's so old fashioned. Your forefathers had them and it served them well. Why are we afraid of having a business meeting? Why are we afraid to give an invitation? Why are we afraid? Why are we so anti this or anti that? I know any of these things can be used improperly, but guys, how bad did he persecute the church of God? He went to the local government, got warrants for the arrest of Christian preachers and Christian participants, people that went to church, he got letters from the government to arrest them and lock them up in jail. And then when he got them in jail, he interrogated them. You ever watch the old cop movies, old private eye movies? Turn the light on them, blow smoke in their face. Where were you on the night of the 13th? I don't know if Paul was a smoker. I doubt it.
Look, I'm glad to be with you. I will keep this short and sweet. I wasn't here yesterday. Dave's not here today because he's sick. We wish him a quick recovery. Alex Jones is on the show. So, you know what that means. Please do consider watching at Rumble or on Mug Club. And listen, to people who have been listening on audio, we've heard you. I know a lot of people have accidentally been unsubscribed. There's been something going on with the RSS feed. So please do consider subscribing on Apple, on Android, on Spotify. Leave a rating or review. It does help. But there were 50,000 something people who... It could be more than that. It was like the reference. Oh, this didn't do party in Hunter Biden have.
They were like, yeah, if he feels really good about it. We're like, yeah.
To get through. And
Anyway, I'm gonna end my stream just for a moment here. I'm gonna go get another beer, and then I'm gonna stir up some WoW. So, be back.